Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Experience VCC. We're so glad that you could join us today. My name is Carolyn, and I am the Associate Director of Alumni Relations for the VCC Foundation. We are a separate registered charity, and our job is to raise funds, not only for students specifically, but also for the program so that the cost to you is just a little bit less. I am thrilled to be here today with Louise Danhauer, who is the department head for
Hair design and aesthetics.
Hair design and aesthetics. The name changed recently and it caught me off guard. So thank you, Louise. Before we begin, I would like to acknowledge that we are on the unceded territory of the Coast Salish peoples, the territory of the Squamish, Musqueam, and Tsleil-Waututh First Nations. We are very privileged to work, study, and play here on their land and territories. So thank you to them. Before we begin, I would like to let you know that this is being recorded. If you need deaf or hard of hearing interpreting and you need a sign language interpreter, please let us know in the chat, and our tech moderator, Erin, will find one for you and we can pin them so that you can have ASL interpreting the entire time. If you have any questions that Louise doesn't address, there will be a time for Q&A at the end, but do write your questions in the Q&A. We have advisors on the line, and we also have additional people from Hair and Aesthetics here to answer your questions. So without any further ado, Louise, please take it away.
Okay, hi everyone. Thanks for coming today to learn a little bit about our programs. I'm going to speak to you about our two main programs, our Hairstylist Certificate Foundation program, as well as our Aesthetics and Spa Therapy program. And I'll talk a little bit about also the apprenticeship route for hairstyling as well. So starting with the two foundation programs, Hairstylist and Aesthetics and Spa Therapy. These programs are both 10 months long. Both of these programs are split into 3 courses, and the intakes for these courses or for these programs happen in September, October, November, January, March, and May. When you sign up for the program, you can choose to either take a Monday to Wednesday stream or a Thursday to Saturday stream. Classes run from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. So I'll just talk a little bit about the hairstyling one first. So in the foundation program, the first course is about 17 weeks. So the first course is where you're not going to work on clients yet. You're going to be with your instructor, learning on mannequins. You'll be doing a lot of the theory before seeing a client. And you will have theory exams and practical exams in course 1. And in order for you to go from course to course, you need to make sure that you receive a 70% in both practical and theory. Once you move into the second course, then things get a little bit more exciting. We start to build on the skills that you learned in the first course, and we start to introduce a lot more to do with color, more intricate hair cutting. We introduce you to taking clients. Now, that is pre-COVID. At the moment, we are not taking any clients, but we are hoping that come August or September, things will go back a little bit more to normal. And also in course 2, you will do your first practicum. So the practicum is scheduled for 2 weeks, and that's when we have you go out to one of our industry stakeholders and spend 2 weeks with them learning what it's like to work in a real business, a real salon. Your teacher will come around and visit you on these practicums as well. And then your last course in hairstyling is 6 weeks. It's kind of, capping everything off at the end. We start to get you ready and prepared to do your ITA exams. And you have a second practicum in the 3rd week, and you start to learn a lot more about the business aspect of salons. Now, in the spa program, it's very similar. The length of the courses is a little bit different. There's 16 weeks in course 1 and course 2, but the format is pretty much the same. Course 1, we get in there with a lot of theory. We sort of just get, you know, the foundation of aesthetics, manicure, pedicure, skin analysis, facials, those types of things, getting you ready and prepared to pass your exams and move on to course 2, where we start to book you in our public spa with clients. You'll also do a practicum in course 2 and in course 3, and it's a similar format to the hair program. The difference being in course 3 is that we would not be preparing you for any ITA, Industry Training Authority exams, because it is not an ITA designated trade, but hairstyling is. What else can I tell you? We do have an apprenticeship program. So some of our students choose to not take the 10-month in-person foundation program for various reasons. And so we do also offer a level 1 and a level 2 apprenticeship program as another pathway to getting your hairstylist certificate. If this is something that you choose, you would take the level 1 apprenticeship program for 11 weeks. That would be heavy theory-based program. You'd need to be sponsored by a salon. So you would be doing a lot of your practical with a mentor in a salon, your theory with us. Then you would go off and continue working and gaining your hours and come back to us for the level 2 apprenticeship program, which is 5 weeks. And this part of this course actually will prepare you for your Red Seal exams. So that's another pathway. I will also just quickly add that starting in May, we will also be having a nail technician program. That one is going to be 4 months in length, 2 courses. And the first course is manicure pedicure, and the second course will be the nail technology. So I'll leave it at that. I could talk all day, but I'll leave it at that to see if there's more specific questions for me.
Erin, do we have any questions in the chat?
No, there aren't any questions in the chat, but if anybody has any questions, we'd be happy to answer them.
Louise, is your program open to domestic and international students?
Yes, yes. Our program is very popular for our international students in particular. When it comes to the cosmetology program, I should have mentioned that. So you can come into the programs and take one or the other, and you would graduate after 10 months with a certificate in hairstyling or a certificate in aesthetics and spa therapy. However, if you combine the 2 programs together, then it's called a cosmetology diploma. So you can actually do a 2-year program, and that one is usually quite appealing to our international students.
There's a question in the chat. Hi, I'm an international student. I'm aiming for permanent residency too. Will this program be available for PGWP?
Yes, this program is available, yes. And many of our international students choose this program for not only because they want to be a hairstylist or an esthetician, but also because it is attractive for the PGWP.
Are there any scholarships or awards or bursaries available for students in these programs?
Yeah, so every year we have spring awards and fall awards that come through for us. We usually have anywhere from 4 to 5 of them, and they range between $500 and $1,000. So always good to keep in mind that when you're starting the program, to ask about these things, what you need to have to qualify, because when they are presented to us, it goes out to all the teachers, and the teachers will then find out which students qualify for it. There's a question, will it be hard to find jobs in aesthetics and hairstyling? No, in fact, majority of our students are offered jobs during their first practicum. And the industry in general is, especially aesthetics, I would say right now, there are lots and lots of jobs available. Okay, is the scholarship available for internet? Yes, yeah, the scholarships are available for domestic and for international students. And Jana, you wanted to maybe mention something about the international question?
Hi everyone, I'm Jana from the International Department. Yeah, if you have any questions about international applications or admission requirements, just let me know. But for the international students apply to the scholarship, they should be our students first. There is no way to get the scholarship before applying to VCC, just to be clear. This is a common question we have from international. So yeah, Louise, I'm here if you need me. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, I should clarify that as well, that the scholarships that come in, they come in for students that are currently in the program. So it's not like a financial aid to help you get into the program. But if you go on our financial aid website, you know, there are different things on there that you can go through. I'm not sure. I don't know too much about what's available that way. I will also say that the programs have a very strict attendance policy. That's important to put up front. So if you're planning to start in May or September, you know, don't plan a 2-week vacation. That would be problematic. The program goes very, very quickly, and part of the tight attendance policy is to get you industry ready, but also because we move very quickly as we teach you the different techniques, and it's very difficult for us to go back if the students missed quite a bit of time. So always good to keep that in mind.
Now I know the salon is, and the hair salon and the aesthetics spa are usually open to the public. It was open to staff for a little while. Is it still open to staff or not at the moment?
No, we did have it. We were all scheduled to open it up to staff. I think it was in November, and then the numbers spiked.
Okay.
We got cold feet, and so that didn't happen. So yeah, we're just a click away from getting that all started, and I believe we have a massive waiting list of people that want to be called the minute we're able to open the doors.
I'm sure you do.
Yeah. There's a question in the chat about a kids center or a daycare for kids inside the college. Now, I know we do have one at the Broadway campus, but I'm not sure if that is available for students or if that's just for staff and faculty.
We do have a daycare at the Broadway campus. It is available for students. It's not a drop-in though. You do have to register on a month-to-month basis. There is a wait list, but if you go to vcc.ca and put in the search childcare, there is a whole website on that and how to get in touch with them. Erin might be able to drop that in the chat, the direct link to the childcare center.
Yes, I just posted the link in the chat.
Thanks, Erin.
Great. And some of the other things that we do in the programs, we connect you with a lot of leaders in the industry as well. So you will have a lot of guest lecturers. Our partners in the hair program is mainly Goldwell. So that's the main product that we use. We do use some Joico as well. And then, you know, every year there are hair shows and spa shows that we try and get our students field trips to. This year, they've all been online. And one of the things that our department is really passionate about is the skills competition. So every year we have, we partake in a skills competition for hairstyling and for aesthetics. And normally how that starts off is we hold a mini competition in the school to find out who would like to participate in skills. And then we have a separate teacher that will take those that qualify off for some special training to get ready for the competition. After a couple of weeks, couple of months, maybe even of that training, then we head over to the TradeX out in Abbotsford, and you will compete in hairstyling and in aesthetics against all the other British Columbia schools that are in the competition. And the winner of that competition then would go off to do the national skills competition, which is always very exciting because it's a chance to visit another province and meet other people on Team Canada in different areas that have won. Well, next year it's actually going to be in Vancouver. So if you join this year and you partake in the skills competition, then you'll have an opportunity to go to nationals here in Vancouver. And if you're one of the lucky people that wins the nationals competition, so you are the best in Canada, then you go off to the World Skills Competition. And the World Skills Competition is going to be held in 2023, I believe, in France. So that's always super exciting. We love that. There's a question asking, is the program very competitive? As far as admissions goes, I'm not sure if you're talking about how to, getting into the program. As far as admission goes, I believe there's often a wait list in the international area, especially if you're wanting to get in very quickly. On the domestic side, again, I would encourage you to apply as early as possible because often there does become a bit of a wait list situation, even though we do run 20 programs, 10 of each of them a year. As far as if it's competitive once you're in the program, I would say that if you put your time in, you show up to class, you do your assignments and your homework, then there's really absolutely no reason why anyone would not make it through the program. Of course, you should have a little bit of knowledge of whether or not you have dexterity. So if you find that your hands don't work really well with intricate things, then this might not be the program for you. Question, is there any specification in terms of buying a laptop? So currently, and probably going into the future, there will be some online in both programs. We have spent a year as a team building an amazing online program, and we don't think that we're ever going to go back to a day where we're just going to forget about all the work that we did. So we do see a future of having some theory classes online. So I would definitely say a laptop is important. I wouldn't suggest trying to do it off of a phone. If you were starting in the May group right now, then I would say definitely you need a laptop and a good camera because you will be still doing some practical online. But in the future, we're hoping that the practical is not going to be online.
Sorry, Louise, if I can just add, if laptops are a barrier for you, do contact the school because the library has a really good lending policy. And we just got, was it 16 or 32 new laptops? And there are some that are designated for Indigenous students specifically. So there is a really robust lending system for laptops.
Yeah, you'll want to make sure that if you start your program during the pandemic, that you do have, some privacy wherever you're living. You've got an area where you're not going to be disturbed. You've got pretty good lighting. A good Wi-Fi connection as well is really important. Emma, is there anything I'm missing that you want to add?
Not overly, but I guess it's more heavy on the cosmetology diploma. So, I mean, I was happy to offer some more questions, answering more questions in regards to the apprenticeship, but I think you've pretty well covered a lot of things that I might have added.
Yeah, so I didn't introduce you. Emma is one of our instructional assistants. So we have a full-time instructional assistant for the hair program, and Grace is our full-time instructional assistant for the spa program. And so we're very lucky to have them because they they often will take students who might be struggling or might want a little bit of extra help. They'll take them and do some one-on-one work with them, which is really great. Does VCC Hairstyling program have any connection with working a movie set? Yes, that's a great question. So we have in the past had the IATSE union come in and speak to our students. One great thing about the hairstyling program at VCC is that we are one of the only Lower Mainland ITA designated institutions. And if you do have, if you do want to get into hairstyling on any movie set, commercials, anything like that, you do have to have your Red Seal designation. So going through the ITA or going through our program and on your way to getting your Red Seal designation, is really important. There's lots of jobs out there for students with that. Can you give information about the kit? Yes. So each program also has a kit that the student needs to purchase the first week of class, because of course, like I said before, we move very quickly. You're not getting into a program where you want to just listen to a teacher talk all day. You want to get your hands going and start doing some practical right away. So the kits are available at the bookstore. If you go onto our website, there's a direct link to the kits, and you can pay it all right through the website. And then when you come in for your first day of classes, usually it'll be like the second week, we will deliver your kits to you. We'll go through every item, make sure nothing's missing. Right now, what we're doing is then sending you home with some of your kit because it's quite big, and then we're shipping the rest to you. But hopefully post-pandemic, you'll be able to just get your locker back. Right now, we're not using lockers. One student asked about how, I lost that one. Hang on one sec. Let me just scroll up here. One student asked about how the students are studying during the pandemic, if it's online or in person. So yeah, so during the pandemic right now, the biggest thing that we have in our department is we have been given a capacity. So we're only allowed a certain amount of bodies in our area. And so we've had to work with that number and try and make it fair for everyone. So what's happening right now is when you start your program, the first 4 to 5 weeks will be strictly online. And then after that, you'll have 2 days online and 1 day face-to-face, 9 to 6. And we're hoping that, obviously starts to change as people start to get vaccinated. Another question is how the student lockers work. So normally you're assigned a locker once you start, but at the moment we're not doing lockers because they're too hard to make sure that they get sanitized properly. So we just let students know, you're coming tomorrow, you're working on this particular mannequin, you need your scissors, your hair dryer, so we just tell you what you need to bring. How many students are in each program? So the spa program, maximum amount of students is 16. And in the hair program, the maximum amount of students is 20. Can I purchase a laptop from the VCC store? No, they don't sell the laptops there, no. Yes. So can the students practice with their colleagues? So yes. So we've got you working on mannequins right now. And then we partner students up together so they can work on each other.
Louise, I understand that the VCC Salon is one of the largest or the largest Green Circle salon. Can you talk about that?
Yes. Now, so Green Circle is a company that that does all recycling for salons and spas. So we are a partner of theirs, and we're one of their largest. So what's cool about Green Circle is that they have, when you come in, you'll see around the salon and spa, there are 5 or 6 bins that are labeled. So one bin might be for metals, one will be for hair, one will be for plastics, and so on. And so then they actually pick those things up every day. And some of the things they do, and you can Google Green Circle salons and see this really cool YouTube video about how they take all of the hair, and they actually weave all the hair into these big booms for oil spills. So what they found is that the hair is much more absorbent and natural, and can be used in cleaning up any oil spills in the oceans. So it's quite a cool program. At the moment, I have to say, though, it is actually on hold. One of those other issues with them getting around to pick up and drop off. So we are on hold until post-pandemic.
So as a client, I have to tell you, just as you're reading some of the questions, my daughter has hair down to her waist and it's thicker than anything I've ever seen. So I have spent a great deal of time in the salon and also in the spa getting manicures and pedicures. The community feel among students is really supportive. And I have never seen a place where teachers approach to support and then back away enough to give students the opportunity to really develop that client relationship on their own. It's an incredible learning environment, and I really applaud you and your team for creating a realistic experience where there is still that support that's within, well, now a safe distance, but usually quite close.
Yeah,
it's very nice.
Absolutely. It's very cool to watch students get requests, you know.
Yes.
So they start to get their clients who are only want to request them, and you know, that's really flattering. Sometimes the students are like, but I want to do something different. I'm doing the same people over and over again. So it's quite cool. And many of our students have had customers say, here's my phone number, call me once you graduate. You've done the best job on my hair and I want to follow you. So, and same with this aesthetics program. So it's really great. And then the teachers, yes, they have sort of a formula, you know. Course 1, there's some hand holding and there's some, you know, it's like having a child, you know, you want to help them, nurture them. And then as you get into course 2 and course 3, you know, that umbilical cord starts to get a little longer and eventually cut. And we let you, you know, start to form your own relationships with the clients. There is a question in here about, do students have to buy the flat iron, the hair dryer? Yes, it's all in the kit. So every student is expected, if they're going to take the program, to purchase the kit from the bookstore. Do not go out and purchase items on your own. And please do not buy a kit from a student who's already graduated from the program, because it will not be accepted. And the reason for that is because our team is, you know, with technology always changing, our team is always making changes to the kit for something that is new, innovative, better. And we really, the learning environment's so much better if everybody is using the same tools. We also have seen students purchase, this is before we had this sort of rule I guess, but students would purchase kits and sell kits over and over. And we once discovered that someone had purchased a kit 6 times over, and that kit had gone through 6 different students. So you can imagine the scissors were dangerous at that point. And yeah, so let's see. Any advice on how to manage my time with my child if I'm studying Monday to Saturday? Well, the good news is that you won't be studying Monday to Saturday. So your classes will either be Monday to Wednesday, 9 to 6, or Thursday to Saturday, 9 to 6. So only 3 days, but I will preface that with, of course, there is homework. So you will want to carve out some other time during the week. I don't recommend that anybody comes to the program for 3 days a week and then works the other 4. That often doesn't go very well for the student. So, you know, it's less days to have to think about what to do for childcare, but you know, you may need to try and find a solution there.
Okay. Do you have another question there? No? While people are still thinking of questions, you can continue putting them in the chat. I'm going to go through and do some of our more general information. We do have a couple of upcoming info sessions. So if there's anything that you were missing or you want to hear a little bit more, Wednesday, May 5th at 3:30, there are 2 info sessions, one specific to hair design and one specific to aesthetics. You can sign up at vcc.ca/info. And there is a fantastic Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We encourage you to follow them at VCC Salon Spa. I noticed that a lot of the students have their own. Louise, do you counsel students on how to set up their feeds?
Yeah, so most of the instructors do expect that the students, and they'll work with the students in the beginning of the program to talk about doing a portfolio of your work. So we do have an area in the salon with a big ring light, and you know, once something is completed, we encourage our students to go over and take pictures of their work and post it to their Instagram pages.
My daughter's balayage has been focused there many times.
Yeah, exactly. There was also something in here just about talking a little bit more about the courses in the cosmetology program. So so the cosmetology program is a combination of the hairstylist certificate and the aesthetic certificate. So you would start with one of the programs. You won't be taking them both at the same time. You would start with either hairstylist or with aesthetics and spa therapy. And then like in the spa therapy program, for example, you know, you're going to, like I'd said before, you're going to start off with the foundations, manicure, pedicure, facials. And then we start working you into advanced facial treatments. So microdermabrasion, cold laser, body massage, hot stone, you know, lots of different things that you'll build on. And then once you graduate from that program, there's usually a couple of weeks of a break between the two. And then you would enter into the whatever the second one is that you're going to take. When you graduate from both of those, you'll walk across the stage and receive your diploma rather than a certificate. I'm a new international student. I'm in quarantine. I'm not 100% sure the question. I do not open my account so I can purchase. Oh, I see. Okay, so I'm assuming this is a student that's starting in May, and you're asking that you want to purchase your kit, but you haven't opened an account, a bank account to pay for it yet. So unfortunately, there's not a lot of wiggle room with the purchase of the kit. So I encourage you to do whatever you can And you can reach out to me or the student account office to talk about your dilemma, and we can see if there's something that we can help you with. There are different ways that you can pay for things now. So maybe in the second week when you come in to pick up your kit, you could actually do Visa, debit, or cash that week rather than doing it the week before if you don't have the account going yet.
Okay. So keep your questions going in the chat and Louise can address them. I'm just going to keep going through with some of the more general information about VCC. If you know the program that you're interested in and you just don't know the next steps, VCC.ca advising is where you go. The advisors are fantastic at walking you through the process to get you registered. We do have international advisors, Indigenous advisors, and advising. So please take advantage of any of those. Advising does have an open Zoom session today until 5 o'clock, and they'd be happy to answer any and all of your questions. International also has an advising session that is open until 2 or 2:30 today. So please do drop by those. I believe Erin will put those links in the chat for us. So again, put your questions in the chat, include your program of interest. We talked about advising services. Louise touched on financial aid. There is always money available to you. VCC is all about student success, and we want to make sure that you have every resource available to you to make sure that you succeed. If you go to vcc.ca/financial aid, there's information on loans, grants, scholarships, bursaries, and awards. We do have awards and scholarships that are handed out twice a year in November and May. As Louise said, those are distributed by your teacher. Scholarships are academically based. So if you're doing really, really well and you've got a great grade point average, you might qualify for a scholarship. An award is based on any number of things. So it might be your incredible work ethic. It might be your leadership skills in the classroom. It might be the fact that you are new to Canada, working 2 jobs, raising a child and going to school, and you're squeaking by. Those are all recognizable skills and achievements that we want to reward you with. So there are some things that you do have to apply for. So do check out the financial aid page, because there are things that there are forms to fill out. If you need help at any time because you are in dire straits, do approach financial aid. There is money available for both domestic and international students. We know that times are really tough right now, and we have done everything in our power to make sure that there is money available for those who need it. If you are having trouble, please approach financial aid. Bursaries are anonymous. No one will ever know that you have received money if that is a concern for you. Indigenous services are available at both downtown and Broadway campuses. They are also available through our Annacis Island, but that is not applicable here. We have elders that will advise you. We have gathering spaces for you to visit. I don't know that those are open at the moment, but certainly their services are available online. Disability services are available. Certainly we have interpreting services. If you need extra time taking tests because you have a recognizable disability, if you have any kind of help that you need, please contact Disability Services and they will work with you to get you the services that will help you succeed in your schooling here at VCC. Counseling services are available if you're not sure what you want to take. Counseling services is a great resource. They will help identify where your strengths, maybe your weaknesses lie, and help direct you where you want to go. If you're just having a tough time dealing with school or COVID or your parents or boyfriend, go see counseling services. There's a terrific team of supportive people there that will be more than happy to help you out. We have a fantastic tutoring staff. They are free and they are professionals. At the moment, they are online, but we do have a learning center at both campuses that are available. When we go back to in-person services, you can book appointments to see them in person. Again, they are online at the moment. So how do you get more? You attend an information session. Louise, those were on May 5th. If you go to vcc.ca/info, you will find all of them there. And just click on one of those to register. Meet with an advisor, vcc.ca/advising. They are more than happy to walk you through the process step by step. Again, they have an open Zoom call today until 5 o'clock. And register, apply or register today. For domestic students, today there is no application fee. And that is at vcc.ca/apply. There it is. Your promo code is info0421. That is today's date, 0421. We'll waive that application fee for domestic students only. And that is one program. Even though we have 120 on offer, one is your thing. Today, we have a chance to win one of 3 $1,000 tuition credits. So you go to vcc.ca/experience, which is where you found out about this today. The code that you enter there is SKILLS, SKILLS. You will be entered to win one of 3 $1,000 tuition credits. So I wish each and every one of you the best of luck. If you want to go back and listen to this again, the recording of this will be put up in just a couple of days. So go back to vcc.ca/experience and you can watch it all again if you missed anything. I'm sure Erin has put down in the chat, but if you copy and paste the chat, you won't miss any of those questions that were answered there. Louise, were there any last minute questions that came in that you wanted to answer?
Let's see. Okay, so someone is asking, their program starts on May 6th. What's the class schedule? So May 6th, I believe, is a Thursday. So you would be in a Thursday to Saturday group from 9 to 6. And that was pretty much it for the questions, I believe. I didn't see anything else. I answered a few in the chat. Someone is asking, how do I apply for co-op? So what happens normally is, if you're an international student, once you start the first week, we'll connect you with someone who will do like an info session with you and get you all started on how to get that, all of your documents done. Yeah, I think that's it.
Okay.
3 more messages. Hang on a second.
The last minute barrage.
They're not. It's okay. Yeah, that's
Okay. All right. Well, I do believe that is our time for today. Thank you so much to all of our presenters today and to all of you for joining us for Experience VCC. If you missed one of the morning sessions, I do encourage you to go back and find out the broader picture of what VCC is all about. Go to vcc.ca/experience to see those links there. But I do hope that you'll come and check us out. Having experienced the salon and spa myself, it is unbelievable. It's a wonderful, wonderful group of instructors. And I have yet to walk away with a bad experience. They are amazing.
Thank you, everyone.
Okay. Thank you so much for coming.